Hey everyone, welcome to A Mother's Intuition. I'm your host, Nicole. Thanks for joining me tonight. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone to check us out on our Facebook page, A1R Psychic Radio, and also A1R Psychic Radio fans. If you want to get in touch with us, our hosts, we're all on there. You can leave us messages, post. We would be so happy to hear from you. Also, Moonstruck TV Facebook page. You can find all of our videos, the replays from all of our shows. So check that out. And of course, our website, askoneradio.com. You can watch the replays there. There's lots of information on how you can watch and listen to the show on there as well, because we are on iTunes, we are on Spotify, iHeartRadio. There are a lot of places to listen, and those are listed on the website. And that was askoneradio.com. So before I take a caller tonight, I want to talk a little bit about regrets and guilt. So I was having a conversation with my son about this recently. So those of you that don't know, I have a senior, a 18-year-old son. He's now officially an adult. And we talk a lot about all sorts of things. And, you know, since he's leaving and going off to college, I think it's really important to address a lot of feelings and emotions and things that I know he's going to experience when he's away from me, and it might not be so easy to talk to me. So we were talking recently about guilt and regrets, and I want to encourage everybody else to talk to their children and just youth in general about this, because there's such a stigma and such a, just bad feelings about having regrets and guilt. And what I was reminding my son is that those emotions are actually what keep us in check and what remind us not to make the same mistakes over and over again. So I think it's important that we stop making one another feel bad about our mistakes and feel guilty and shame. We are all on a journey here to learn. And what better way? No, I'll take that back. It's not a better way. Not a better way to learn through mistakes. But, excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. But it is one way that we learn not to make the same mistakes is through those emotions, because we don't want to keep doing the same things over and over. So that guilt and that regret, it's our inner voice letting us know, excuse me, letting us know, hey, don't do this again. You're only going to be sorry. Okay. And like I said, we're all on a journey here to learn, and making mistakes is part of that. And we just have to learn to accept that it's okay to have those feelings of shame and guilt and regret, because they're actually doing us a favor. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about tonight. Also, I think let's just talk real quick about how to, if you are struggling with those feelings, it's important to reach out and talk to other people. If you don't have someone in your family who will talk to you, or you're not comfortable with friends, there's always therapists. There's always, psychics. We can help lead you to discover what is causing those feelings and why it happened, how you can prevent it from happening again. So reach out. Okay. All right. What else? I did want to just give a quick shout out and a little blessing for a friend of mine who's going into a surgery tomorrow. I'm not going to name any names, but if you have it in your heart to say an extra prayer for a close friend of mine who is going in for a pretty serious procedure in the morning tomorrow, I would really greatly appreciate those extra prayers and love being sent their way. Okay, so I have that on my mind tonight. And I am looking forward to getting some callers in this evening. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. So, okay. One of the other things too is I know I was forgetting something, that sometimes we learn more from our mistakes than we actually learn from living in just harmonious peace. Okay, so remember that thought if you're struggling. Remember that sometimes those mistakes, and actually, I'm going to say all the time those mistakes, because I am a believer that there are no mistakes, that the things that we choose to do that don't bring us joy or that don't seem to be aligned with our journey aren't really mistakes, but they are a part of our learning process and that they're important. So we can learn more from them sometimes than from living harmoniously. So, again, if you're struggling with any feelings of guilt, shame, or regret, just remember that sometimes it's necessary. Okay. All right. So before I do a caller, I wanted to pull a card for inspiration and guidance, just in general, for all of you. And I'm going to use one of my favorite decks tonight from Colette Baron Reed. It's called the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay. And this is, again, just general inspiration, motivation, guidance with whatever might be happening. It makes sense at this time, too, if you want to think about something specific that you would like some guidance on, then this card can address that for you specifically. And again, a reminder that the cards work in this way because, yes, the message is for all of you who happen to tune in tonight, because you could have chosen to do any other thing this evening, but you chose to listen, or maybe you came back for the replay. And this message is for you because you decided to do that. So the message that I'm going to pull is going to be relative to you in some way. And if you can think of a situation or something going on or a person that you need a little clarity and guidance and motivation about, I will pull that card now for us. Okay. And the card that I pulled is Lizard Spirit, Dream the World into Being. You see that? If you're watching, there's a really cute lizard on here. Dream the world into being. And let me read real quick what that card is. Okay. So it says, when was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard Spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you are willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit? Get into the power of imagination and soon your dream will become clearer. The steps will reveal themselves and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. I love this card right now too, especially with spring. Everything is springing and looking beautiful and coming to anew. And I think that now is a good time for all of us to start dreaming big about what we want for the rest of the spring and the summer and the rest of the year. So that was beautiful. Okay, so let's get right into our first caller. And I believe we have Sheila on the line from Canada.
Hi.
Sheila, are you doing well?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. Is there anything in specific this evening that you want me to look into, or what are you thinking?
Oh, do you see anything that stands out?
Okay. Let's see, Sheila. Give me a minute to connect in. Okay. Okay. Sheila, I I don't know if this is something that you're currently thinking about, but I do want you to know that I am seeing a new home, um, a new actual house, um, for, let me see who this is. Yeah, I think there's a new living situation coming, for you, Sheila. Is that something that you're aware of currently, or is this going to be one of those future? I feel like I mean, it's definitely in the future for you, but I'm not sure that you're aware of it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Is it a good thing?
It is a good thing. Let me see here. I feel like there's a relocation attached to it as well. And I feel like, um, hold on, well, relocation for a new house, but relocation into a new area as well. I feel like this is tied to, do you have a son?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is tied to him, Sheila, and moving to be closer to him. I don't know if you live in the same city, but this feels like, um, because you're going to be helping in some way. Okay. But it's a good thing. I, yeah, I feel like this is a good thing. Okay. But that's not all I wanted to say about the house. It just came up, so I'm throwing it out there. Okay, give me a second. Sure, let's see what else. Okay, I am also picking up, Sheila. It feels to me like you are kind of the rock of a lot of people's world, and specifically the son. And do you have a daughter as well? I feel like there's a, a girl, or a woman also who
Yes.
depends on. Okay. Um, and it really feels like you are the rock. You're the solid foundation for for your son and daughter here. Are there two daughters?
Maybe I have two daughters, and I also have a granddaughter who lives with me.
Okay. So there's a lot of responsibilities for you. Okay. And it feels, I know I can feel that you are strong. You have the strength. And it's almost like you're able to switch a light switch on, like, okay, it's go time. I'm just going to switch this light on and do what I got to do. And you're strong, but you wear yourself out, because you are emotional. You know, you use a lot of your, um, emotion. Well, you don't put your emotions out there for everybody. You kind of keep them in a bit, but it's just because you're so busy, really. Um, okay. But this family is really, like, they're really your blessings. Um,
Yes.
and I can feel that there's one daughter, one of the two, that leans on you more heavily. Let's see. Okay. She is just a little bit less secure in her life, and she leans on you to for security, to kind of show her that everything's going to be okay. It's more she's watching you, and I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but she watches really carefully to see how you respond to things, to, um, just everything, and it makes her feel more secure to see how you're reacting and what you're going to do about it. And is would this be your older daughter?
It sounds like her.
Okay. Yeah, and so to I just want to encourage you to, be mindful of the things that you share with her that may not that may give her a sense of instability. Okay, so let me see what this is specifically. It's just she's not going to handle, let's say, more difficult news or things that come up as easily as your other daughter and son. Um, and that's just natural to her being. And because she looks to you so much to be the one in control and not ever kind of showing, well, I won't say not ever showing weakness, but just showing your strength, that at times when you may not show your strength, she's going to be really sensitive to that, more so than your other daughter. And I just want to encourage you to be more mindful of what you share with her. And I don't want to say don't share things with her, but the way that you share it, if you could show your strength and your self confidence in the situations, she will be able to handle it better. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let me see, Sheila, if there's anything else that's coming up for you. Okay. I've got to talk about this house one more time, because they're showing me too that the house is going to have a garden. I don't know if you're a gardener, but this was important for me to tell you that there's going to be an area for gardening. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
That's great. Okay. I feel too like when this comes up for you, it's going to be a little scary. Am I making the right decision? This seems like such a big thing to do. The timing, it doesn't feel right. There's a lot of insecurities around it, but I want to tell you that it's going to be fine. It is going to be the right thing to do at the right time. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right. And then Sheila, is your dad in spirit? I have a male coming through. It feels like a father.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. He tells me, Sheila, that for certain you take after him. And even so, he says in body style. Not to say that you look like a man. I don't, please, that's not what I'm saying. But your body style takes after his side of the family. At least that's what he's claiming to me. And he's very proud of you. He very much wants to claim you on his side. Okay. Um,
Okay.
okay. I also know that he was not the nicest man. He's telling me that he was rather, I want to say strict, strict with his beliefs. So if he believed something was one way, he was not open to discussions about it being any other way. Can you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And he does tell me that you were a rule follower. You did follow the rules. And for that, he was pleased. I find it interesting. His personality, it comes across, he's using words like pleased. And so there's an air about him that comes across as, he wasn't just strict because he wanted to be, but because he educated, he was knowledgeable about things. And he had
Yes, he was.
he had a air about him, I guess is the words I want to use.
Yes.
Okay, he does tell me that he wishes he would have been a little bit more, what's the word? I don't want to say loving, but gentle in his lovingness, a little bit more easygoing, but it just wasn't exactly his nature. Okay. And then,
Tell him that's okay. Tell him that's okay.
okay.
He certainly was when he got dementia. He certainly was.
Aw.
I think
Um,
that's the closest we ever were. Mm.
oh, okay. Also, do you have a sister? I know that he's bringing up another girl that feels another. It feels around the same age as you.
Uh, um, he, yeah, my dad has a daughter, my sister. She's,
Okay.
I think, 8 years older than me,
Okay. Okay. Um,
and I have a sister with my mom too, who's 4 years older.
okay. Okay. Um, all right. He's bringing up this, I believe the daughter that is his. Um, and let me see. I feel too that he's saying that that relationship between him and her was strained. Can you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And he wants to take some responsibility for um, the relationship then between you and her. It's like he feels responsible for some of the struggles that she had. Okay. Um, and for whatever reason wants to take responsibility for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, and also is giving me a sense that there was some feelings on your side of some feelings of hopelessness. And I think this has to do with that, with this kind of, with the relationships here between you and this other daughter of his and himself. Okay. Um, and
Oh,
he gives,
right now
no, oh, I feel like this
I
goes
kind
back.
of feel like I'm trying to keep in touch with her right now, but I
Okay.
do feel like that.
Okay. Yeah. But I feel like this also would have happened in the past as well. And again, he wants to say and reiterate that this was as a result of things that he did and not anything that you did or anything that she did. He's taking responsibility for the for the issues there, and he wants to, yeah, to encourage you to still reach out to her. And she just has some bitterness. Okay. And in time that will soften. um, and she has a
And
bit of hopelessness as well. Okay.
yeah, and you can tell my dad, tell him it's okay, nobody's perfect, and I love him.
Okay. He can hear you, Sheila. You talk to him whenever you want. He can hear you. He is
Okay. I,
you.
I,
And he's definitely sending his love to you. Um, and and to your mother as well. I'm not sure if is she still in the living?
yes.
Okay, that, I mean, that makes sense. He's sending his love to her. And also sending her roses. Is there an occasion that would be coming up? Um, Mother's Day? No, hold on. Hmm, I'm not sure. I can't grab it quite entirely, but he's showing me a bouquet of roses. And it's not just like a bouquet of roses, it's like a big bouquet of roses, and they're pink. Uh, so he wants to
Okay.
send those to mom. Okay. And also, he's telling me that she has just the right crystal vase for the roses. Would you understand that?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Did my dad did my dad want me to do anything about the will?
He's telling me, Sheila, that that is not your job. That is not your
Okay.
not your responsibility, not your job. Let that unfold the way that it will. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And yeah, he wants to send a lot of love
I,
to you. He's proud of you, and he's proud of your specifically your very caring and gentle heart. Okay. So I'm
I
going to leave
got
that.
that from him in a lot of ways.
Oh, that's great. Well, Sheila, I'm going to leave that with you tonight. Thank you for calling in, and thank you to your dad for stopping by to say hello. And for everybody else out there who's listening, thanks for tuning in tonight. And I hope that you will join me again next Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or check me out on my Facebook page, The Psychic Mom. I'm also on Instagram. I have some videos on YouTube. And again, check out the A1R Psychic Radio fans and A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV Facebook pages, where you can catch all of our replays and watch some other fantastic psychics doing their podcasts as well. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Oh, and check out my website, thepsychicmom.com, even though I'm having some issues with it. There's going to be a relaunch soon, people. There's going to be a relaunch soon to the website, but it is still up if you'd like more information or would like to learn how to book a reading. So thank you, and have a great night.